Hello, happy Tuesday. Um, I hope you guys had a good Monday. Sometimes Monday can be tough, but to me, I always like Monday because it's a fresh start of a new week, and it's kind of like it refreshes me to say, okay, what can I do this week? What can I do better? Um, and make some goals for the week. So our announcements for today is we have NCCT class at 2. Your invitation, your little Zoom link is found in the gray tab area on e-learning. Exam chapter 3 and 4 is on Friday, and on our live Zoom on Tuesday, we will be reviewing for that exam. So today is bell ringer 9, and it's the 21st, and we're going to talk about HIPAA today. So HIPAA, what is it? It creates standards for protecting the privacy of health information. It creates standards for the security of health information. It creates standards for electronic exchange of health information. So the basic principles of HIPAA is it gives individuals more control over their health information. It sets boundaries on the use and release of health information. It establishes safeguards that cover entities must achieve to protect the privacy of health information. It holds violators accountable by imposing civil and criminal penalties if they violate an individual's privacy rights. Okay, HIPAA patient rights. An authorization form is signed by the patient for the use of disclosure of specific PHI, personal health information, that are not related to treatment, payment, or health operations. There are some uses and disclosures where an authorization isn't really required. When in doubt about what information is required to have a signed authorization release, please ask. Your responsibility. You must respect confidential information about patients and use information only to perform your role as student nurse in the agency. Well, you guys aren't a student nurse, but these were the slides that I found. I thought the information was really great, but it goes all the way across from the front office all the way to the coder. You have to respect HIPAA, and you have to understand your responsibility. It is your responsibility to be sure patient information is only given or disclosed to others who have a legal right to it. What information needs to be kept private? All information that identifies an individual is considered confidential. This includes, but is not limited to, name, address, date of birth, phone, fax number, social security number, medical record number, and photographs. It also includes nursing and physician notes, as well as billing and other treatment records used during a patient's visit in a hospital or office. Failure to comply. Every healthcare organization is expected to develop policies and procedures to guide practices within their facility. Every person who provides care or assistance to patients in the facility is expected to understand and comply with HIPAA regulations. Like I talked about, like I said, from the person, the receptionist, all the way through, you must comply. Each team member's work is important for patient care. At the same time, it is essential that a patient's health information be kept confidential. Failure to comply may also hurt the reputation of the facility, but put accreditation at risk and result in costly lawsuits. And then this is fines. I didn't read that. Fines and jail time. Okay, so let's talk about if we think that these things are against HIPAA or what we can do to do better. As you're walking toward the lunchroom, you pass a computer that has a patient's health information displayed from the electronic health record. You're able to clearly see a list of the patient's medications. What safety measures can the office take to prevent such unintentional disclosure of PHI? Okay, so when you think about this, I'm sitting at my desk, and if I have PHI in front of me and you walk behind, you can't see clearly through me, right? If you get up to leave your desk, please minimize your screen. But I have to tell you, At my coding facility where we coded, if we left our desk, we had to lock our computer. We had to take everything, you had to put everything down, and you could not pull it back up until you put your password in. It is that important. So when you get to your facility, they're actually going to train you on HIPAA and what their standards are for their facility. But if you need to leave your desk and a patient's personal information is up, you need to minimize the screen at the very least so no one else who's walking by can see it. The only person that should be viewing the PHI is the person who's in the chart or in the medical record doing work at that time. Juliet Zimmerman is the volunteer coach of high school cheerleading team. The team has earned a spot at nationals, but one of her flyers is injured and will not be able to participate. Juliet has given an interview to a local reporter in which she made mention of this, including the girl's name. Juliet's husband, a physician, tells her that she has violated HIPAA. Is he correct? Yes, he is. Should not have given a name, and she really should have been much more obscure. She really didn't need to share the information that this individual was hurt and would not be competing in nationals. Now we're going to talk about Chase Murray. Now, I want to take a moment and say, if you did not enter demographics from page 35 to 37, which would be Susanna Ling, Chase Murray, and Miles Green, you're going to have to go back and do that because we're going to be getting back into these patients and doing some work in their chart. So if you have not entered demographics in your simulation playground for these three patients on page, 35, 36, and 37 in your textbook, you must go back and do it before you can do a lot of these exercises. Okay, so we're going to get out of Chase here. And oh, wait, let's read what we have to do. Chase Murray is new to Walden Martin office. Part of the new patient procedures is to provide the patient with a copy of the Notice of Privacy Practices and Patient's Bill of Rights. Use the SIM chart for the medical office to print if required by your instructor. I'm not requiring you to do that. And save a copy of the patient's documents to Chase's records. Now, let's talk about how we do that. So let's go to our SIM chart. So here's our SIM chart. Okay. So, Notice of Privacy Practice and Patient's Bill of Rights is what we have to do for Chase, correct? So if we look here, we're still in our front office. We have our calendar, correspondence, patient demographics is where we go to put in patient information, find a patient, and then we have form repository. So Patient Bill of Rights and Notice of Privacy Practices is going to be found in your form repository. So don't worry about doing anything right now, but going to your form repository. So on the side, we have a list. Patient Bill of Rights, Notice of Privacy Practices is what we need. So let's click Notice of Privacy Practices. That's what we have here. So this is our form right here. Now, what do you think we do next? Do you want to go in and type all this in? No, you don't. You go to Patient Search, and we want Chase Murray. We don't see him here, so we're going to enter his last name, M-U-R-R-A-Y, first name, C-H-A-S-E, Chase. Now we're going to go. Where did he go, Hank? Give me just a second. I think I have several SIM chart open, and I may have gotten into the wrong one. Let's try that again. Notice of Privacy Practices. Search for the patient. Go. All right. let's see if I go back over here. I know that I put his demographics in. I know that I did. I know, without a doubt. So let's start from scratch. I'm sorry to take your time today, but this is really a neat feature. So I'm going to go in through the one where I know that the patient information has been saved. Notice of privacy practices. Okay, now let's search the patient again. Come on, Murray. I don't understand. Okay, well, let's just do it for someone who's already there. I know that I put him in. I don't know what I've done to take him out, but let's do patient search and let's pretend like this is who we're looking for. So we're going to select that one. And then it puts in automatically the name. Let's see, let's scroll down. Well, this is the notice of privacy practice. So we want to save that to the patient record. Okay. Now let's do the patient's bill of rights. So we need the patient's bill of rights. So we're going to patient search again. Remember, we're pretending like this is Murray. Maybe I put, let's try something. I'll do Chase and then Murray. Let's see if I did that. Nope, I didn't do that. All right. So again, this is patient's bill of rights. They need that in the chart. So we're going to do a patient search. We're pretending like this is Chase Murray. We're going to select it and we're going to save it to the patient's record. Okay. So patient's bill of right form has been saved to Tia Yan. So when you're doing your form repository, almost every single form that you pull up that you need in the patient chart, you're going to be able to go to that patient's name, click it, and save the document, and it's going to save to that patient's record. You can also make, if the patient wants a copy of that, you can make a copy. And usually when they fill out their paperwork, their initial paperwork, there is a copy of that in that initial paperwork. All right, have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.